We are back once again. This is Governance and Giggles, and we are coming to the next episode where we have Liz with us. And before I ask Liz any question, I'd like Liz to introduce herself and to tell us who she is. Karibu, Liz.
Thank you. You've already said my name anyway. My name is Elizabeth Ojwang. I come from Kisumu County, specifically Nyalenda. Anything else you want to know?
It's our audience. It's our audience.
I am passionate about issues governance. I also lead a youth organization called GRIT, Grassroots Resilience and Innovation Team. Yeah, so that is all I can say about me.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about the hustle and the civic duty. That is the topic we are going to start with. And we have real life, and we also have bills that we pay. So can you tell us, how does politics comes in with the real life in terms of your bills, you paying your bills?
You know, politics determines even the price of the unga that you buy at the shop.
Right, yeah.
So actually, politics is the main denominator. So when you talk about politics and bills, nadhani zinaenda hand in hand. And most of the time when my youth shy away from politics, then I think politics is the only thing that influences even decisions and policies on how much a fuel should be, or how much you're going to pay from Nyalenda here where we are to the town center. So essentially politics influences kila kitu.
Okay, and do you think the leaders understand your daily hustles? Do you think they understand?
I don't think the leaders really understand our daily hustles, because if you look at our country side, mostly Kenya, tunasemanga ma youth wako unemployed. Yes. Meaning most youth wako kwa hizi informal employment, because when they talk about unemployed, wanamaanisha ile white collar jobs, ndio?
Yes.
So meaning most youth are in the informal sectors, and also kuna wengi wao wameanza hizi ma small business hapa na pale. But unapata for the businesses to grow ni ngumu sana. There are many factors ziko hapo katikati that maybe inafanya tu youth mwenyewe hata akifungua hiyo biashara haiwezi endelea vizuri. For example, issue ya tax. Saizi ukitaka kufungua biashara maybe hata ya niseme tu salon, umeweka huko tao, unataka kulipa tax hapa na pale, maybe umelipa premises kando, gava pia nataka kuja ulipe tax hapo kidogo. So it is a lot for them, na nadhani hawaelewi tu this is somebody who is starting, and maybe you should come up with policies that are favorable for them.
Okay, Liz, our constitution 2010 states very well that public participation. So about public participation, do you think public participation is real, or do you think it is just a government checkbox?
In Kenya, I think it's a government checkbox. I think we should be really honest, because number one, we don't really have a clear framework on how public participation should be held. There is how they should be held, a framework which were given by the government or by the constitution, that we're supposed to be having a public participation. But vile siku hizi inafanywa ni kama we're just ticking boxes. Why am I saying this? Because sometimes we don't know how many people should be in a public participation to warrant it a public participation. You see, and for some public participations, maybe for my ward, let me speak for my ward. The other time, aki tulikuwa tu watu 10. So 10 people for a whole ward, and I'm the only lady there, and the rest are old men. So is that a public participation? Is that hiyo ni sura ya community mzima? So those are some of the questions we should be asking. How many people should be in a public participation to warrant it a public participation? Is it just the county government giving us a gazette notice that on such a date we are having a public participation, na wenye wamekuja ndio tunaendelea nao, ama tunafanya aje? Na how? Because community pia iko na different kind of people. How? Because public participation inafaa ipate the views ya kila mtu, the women, the men, the youth, na wale wazee. Na kama tuko na public participation, niko na youth moja, alafu wote ni wazee wa baba, is it really a public participation?
Okay, so meaning from your sentiments I've had, if I can analyze it, it means there's a gap.
There's a very big gap
in communication.
In communication.
Of when and where the public participation should be done and the threshold that it should meet.
Yeah.
For it to be a public participation.
For it to be a public, for instance, the government announces the public participation through their websites or even through the gazettes. They will be published there. So if you are not able to access the government's website, then you'll not know, or the Kisumu County government website, you'll not know whether we have a public participation or not. And number two, if you have not bought a gazette, of which not many people nowadays buy a gazette, you will not be able to know that whether we have a public participation or not. And the other day we were just having a conversation on the communication channels zenye gava zinatumia ndio wafikishe issues za ama the information about public participation to the youths. And we were like, can they just change the way they communicate? Most of the time in our communities, if CHPs, the community health promoters, want to pass a message, maybe there's a vaccination taking place, utaona wanatembea kwa mtaa and they're like, oh, tangazo, such a date, we are having a vaccination ongoing, so can you please show up? Or they can put it in websites where people are. These people, the county government have websites which they post, ama Facebook pages where they post, we are doing this. Why can't they just post that today or a certain date we are having a public participation? Hapo ndio mawisi wanapatikana. Unaona?
So Liz, you said previously that the problem is the communication channels that the government is using. And you're saying that maybe they do it in the website. But what I believe with the young people, because you've said when you go to public participation, you find most of the people inside there, they're the old people. And the young people are the minority there. But now the question comes that if the young people are the people who are digital and these things are being communicated digitally, why are the youth not coming? That is one. And two, you've said sometimes they use these skippers as sauti that milome, today we have such a thing. Okay, fine. That one everyone will hear. So you find all people who are not in the digital platforms, they get it from the people that announces.
I was just giving an example.
And you find they attend in a good number. But you find young people, they don't attend. Is it that young people, they are too busy to attend public participation, or do they want the thing that it is always said in quotes, gonya, so that they can come to public participation? Can you clarify so that our audience can get?
You said it in a very interesting manner. They want gonya. I was giving an example first to clarify what you have just said of CHPs, maybe telling us that there is a vaccination, not of public participation. Public participation, I think they started having a problem during the corona period, where a few people could be invited for public participation. And that is the time we will find the old people being invited. Necessarily, the young people being in digital spaces, and then vis-a-vis them not really attending public participation that is put in the county government website, most of these young people don't really visit the county government website. But then again, I was trying to bring out the point, kama wanaweza wapata kwa zile places zenye wako, kama Facebook, or even Twitter, or even where else do you find young people? TikTok. But you'll find the county government Facebook page has only development issues the county government is doing. We are just saying, why can they post it there? But bringing it back to your question of the reason why the young people are not really attending public participation, we started with the issue of hustling. And most of the time, the young person will weigh, do I go for my hustle or do I go for the public participation? And most young people that I've talked to, wanaonanga, moja tunene tu ile hustle yangu. Ama again, the thing that is really coming out is lack of trust. Watasemanga sisi tumechoka. Tunaenda hiyo public participation tunaongea and then nothing is being done. Nothing is being implemented.
The question, Liz, to cut you short. You've said that someone might say, let me go to my hustle instead of going to a public participation. How can you say that, how can you complain that what you wanted is not being implemented, yet you've never gone for it? Yeah.
That is the dire situation where we are in as young people, as people trying to push the young people to maybe come to public participation on something. I know it is very unfair for them to complain that we wanted this and this is not being done. So as much as we are beating the government with us to this side, we also have citizens. Kuna penye, we have rights but we also have responsibilities. And balancing the responsibility and our rights, you know, Kenyans, we are very good with, we have a right, we want this. But then again, responsibilities pia as a citizens ziko huku, and then also your needs as somebody who needs to survive, pia ziko hii side ingine. So sometimes getting a balance, because even if you check on the threshold of the men coming for that public participation, I guarantee you most of them are always retirees. People who wanasemanga tu wako tu nyumbani, wanaweza not they have time to go for that public participation. I don't know how we will do it, but then again, it is an issue of finding a way to strike a balance, because essentially it is very unfair to complain that I wanted this, it is not done, while you do not represent your views.
Okay, like now, for example, if weekday people go for hustle, and we have 2 weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday. If government decides to put it on Saturday, we have people who go to church on Saturday, was the Seventh-day Adventist. They will not come. On Sunday, we also have people who go to church on Sunday. So I think what should be done, there should be an agreement, so that at least government can find a common day that generally government can get a good number of people attending public participation. Unlike having public participation with a few number of people, then so many people will start saying that this public participation is just a government checkbox. And then another thing, to take you back again, there's the issue of communication. And what I know, that young people are in WhatsApp group. In each and every government, you will find there is maybe even 4 WhatsApp group in that government.
Yeah.
And we have people inside, because we have we have ward admin, sub-county admin. You see, even the citizens are in those WhatsApp group. And the youths will see the announcement that we have public participation on such a date, but they will not react to it. But when you find someone posting something on an aspirant, you will find it has so many reactions. What can you say about that? Should youth change the perception of how they see things, or what should be done for them to see things that this is the reality and this is what we should do?
I think many people always react to the issue of an aspirant. Kwanza, let me just tackle that, because they know right now in Kenya, if you're an aspirant, lazima tukunini kidogo, tukukamue kidogo.
Tukukamue.
So they know that if I am an aspirant, niko na kapesa yangu kingine that I'm willing to give around, and with that everybody kila mtu anataka tu do, and mostly youths are money hungry. So mimi nikisikia tu nani anataka kusimama and I'm in the same group, then I'll be really fast to act on that, then act on public participation things which people have always quoted are left for a certain group of people. Maybe people like Liz
are left for a certain group of people. Oh, it is not benefiting you immediately and directly.
Yeah, it is not benefiting immediately or directly. So if you want to buy, it means utataka watu wa ground, si ndio? Obviously. Yes. Now watu wa ground watakuwa wanafanya kazi bure. I'll just be seated somewhere, blog and say, nani ndiye ametosha, Utieno ndiye ametosha, and money is quick and fast money. But then again, following the whole public participation thing and then feeling disappointed at the end of the day, because I guarantee you there is no trust between the people and the government. And people are always saying, hata mbona niende na obviously watachange huko mbele. You see? So that lack of trust ndo tulianza nayo. Na ikifika hapo, kila mtu anaangalia interest yake. Na everybody wants to survive. And if an aspirant can offer that, I think most youths watakuwa nakimbia huko. So number one job tuko nayo ile ngumu sana ni kuchange perception of these youths, because if their perception is not changed, then we still have a long way to go.
Okay, so if you talk about power, voice and action, what do you think young people in Kisumu, are they making impact with or without government?
Yeah, I think there's a sector that the young people are making impact without the government in Kisumu County. Nowadays I'm seeing easy stories clean up and climate change and climate governance. I'm seeing a lot of people, or the young people, really interested in such initiatives. And I'm seeing a lot of groups. If you walk even in my ward right now, you'll see many buyback centers. Youths are taking that as an opportunity to get employment. And mimi nafurahiyanga tu sana, jusa wayonitu kama takataka. And I'm seeing them, that the people also inviting the government. That now we have organized the cleanup. Can you people come? I've seen the youth giving the government policy briefs. Or now there's a dump site or a skip that you put there. It is not full. Munapanga nayo aje, unaona, because sisi pia inatuharibia biashara kama watu wanafanya biashara ya waste, because most of them are picking waste from the household. Now wanajiorganize into groups, they take them to Kasese. But then again, if now they bring the skips and now the skips are full, so people don't see the impact of what they're doing in the community concerning matters waste. So that is an area where I've seen youths in Kisumu really picking up and really putting up a lot of effort in that sector. And then issues now, governance. There was a time when youths in Kisumu were really organizing. Tungekutana in the year 2023 and 2024, we could meet before public participation, plan, hizi ndio issues zetu, tutasema 1, 2, 3, you see, and then tuende huko with a memorandum. Hata kama tujaenda sisi wote, but we had met, discuss, and somebody else can now present our ideas to us, because tulikuwa like hatupatanangi siku ya public participation, but tunapatananga siku yenye tuko na our small groups, this is a chama, you know, the youth savings and loaning. Now we have a public participation on CBROP. What can we say about this? So we are not just using our groups of savings and loaning easy to just loan and walk away. It is an avenue where tunaweza discuss issues of governance, because it's a whole 1 hour 30 minutes you're having a meeting. So if you can dedicate even 20 minutes to pitia hiyo kakitu, then we consolidate them. So that is the method that I think youths in Kisumu are developing. Nenye nadhani it's a very good strategy. Ndio hata kama siku ya public participation hatujapatikana huko, but at least we had our issues written down, and then we can now realign them, or 2 or 3 people can now present them.
Okay, well, you've said about the cleanup. I've seen it too, and I think I can say kudos to the youths. They're doing a very good job. So now, being a young person, suppose you are now elected as an MCA of Kisumu County. You're coming from Nyalenda B or Nyalenda A?
Nyalenda B.
Nyalenda B ward. You are an MCA, Nyalenda B ward. What would be the first thing you'll change?
What will be the first thing I will change?
But I want you to think as a Kisumu County MCA, not as a Nyalenda B MCA. As a Kisumu County.
I'll actually, can I talk about 3 things?
Yes.
If you allow me.
Yes.
I can actually change 3 things. Number 1, I will print out the budget for my ward in a language a very simple language that people will understand. Because I always see us going to public participation, alafu tunaanza kuconfuse vitu. Tunaanza kusema, unaona ile approved budget yenye sasa ati bodi yangu imepatiwa hii project na imepatiwa hii project. I'll just print it na niweke hapo mbele ya ofisi yangu hivi. And even ofisi ya chief ikuwe nayo. So that when people come, wasidhani zile projects zenye walinini zote zimefanyika. It will be in a very simple language. Hii maneno ya jargon kubwa kubwa inafanyanga watu wanapigana public participation hadi ukaivi unashangaa kwani hawakujua hii imekuwa approved, inaija kwa approved. Because honestly mtu atakuja ADP akose kukuja CFSP, si ndio? And now sisi tunaendelea tutamuongoja hata akukuja. So by the time yeye anakuja ile ingine, sisi tulisha priorities zenye tunataka, si zile za ADP. So I think by the end time that these are now the projects that have been chosen for my ward, I will really put them there in very well ndio watu waone. Number 2, I will try to do away with the issue ya gonya. In Kisumu County, it is everywhere. You can never be an aspirant without gonyoring the youth. Not even the youth, everybody. I guarantee you, members of parliament in Kisumu or even leaders in Kisumu, they just run away from the public. Because if the public sees you, they see a central bank. Kila mtu. Nobody talks about development. Nobody asks you, Mheshimiwa, we are prioritizing this road. Did you go and speak about it in parliament? Mheshimiwa, you have a bill that is not due. How is it? Imefika wapi? Nobody is asking important question. Kila mtu ako tu, Jatelo, Nyatano Riembi, Jatelo, my child is suffering, Jatelo, I'm sick, Jatelo this, Jatelo that. So such things, they really hinder development. Na nitu maneno ya handouts. It's a lot of handouts that if we can do away with, inasaidiana sana. Number 3, the last thing that I will do, I'll open up the ward office to the people. Just even for a day, I'll turn the ward office into a parliament. I'll let in the youth, the mama mboga. Nyinyi mkuje. Semeni vitu azifanyiki right. Na zenye mtaka zifanye tukianza job. Mimi nimepata kiti nimeanza job. I guarantee you most wards in Kisumu hata wasee wajuangi ward office iko wapi. Unaona? Juu hakuna hata ward office za gava zenye gava zimejenga. Ni mtu MCA amepata kiti ama ameenda tu kuweka ward office yake kwa nyumba yake nyingine mahali. So it is not open to the people. And now the people are not able to assess you as a leader. Then issue starts. Kuna vitu zinaanza happen hapo katikati. We lose trust, we lose you. Hata hiyo ofisi yako hatujuangi iko wapi. We cannot go and say, you know, Jatelo, we had prioritized this, but now we see this and this should be done. It's an area of priority. So those are the key 3 things I'll do.
One interesting that I've heard that you've said about this issue of gonya in Kisumu, and you see, it has really made the politicians run away. And I don't know how it can be stopped. I don't know, but it is a concern because there's a time that even if a politician in Kisumu cannot just walk freely.
Even right now.
Cannot walk freely. Because if you walk, you are the source of solutions to each and everyone's problem, including problem that someone can solve. But you are the source of problem. And you see, instead of now, this aspirant focusing on how to help the electorates by giving through developments and other things, it is now through handouts. And that's the reason as to why most of the time you find that maybe if someone is elected says that mimi nimemalizana na nyinyi aseti kukudaunge ngopngata. So I just want you to tell youth one thing on that, because it's a major issue.
You know, it's hard.
Amutarushiwa mawe tuachia.
Ntarushiwa mawe huko nje. I know it is a very sensitive matter, and most of the time I always tell you youths ati on your time mtu anakugonyo ama is giving you handout, then that is essentially you are using your development money. Juu atatoa do wapi? Because most of these politicians unapata an MCA anataka kurun a whole campaign na unataka almost 4 point something million. I was talking to another politician, quotes. Alikuwa ananiambia when I was buying, I spent almost 4 point something M just for an MCA.
Yes.
And I took that as a loan.
Yes.
And then I did not get a chance to become the MCA. I was not elected.
Yes.
And at that time, I had resigned from my job and the mental torture and everything. I lost property. Unaona?
Yes.
And then also another one was just telling me, na mimi nisikudanganye. Mimi, I took a lot of loan niki-campaign now. And then the big question came, that's how do you finance that loan? So it is, hii pesa yenyu ya development ndio wa mnakula. So wewe ukishapatiwa handout na serikali ama na somebody not serikali na an aspirant. Ujue tu ni pesa yako ya development unafanya nini? Unakula juu wataongoja tu time ya development ha watu. Since we don't even have PFMs that are working, project management committees,
yes.
PMCs I mean, that are working well. Hata ngoja tu hiyo time ya project imekuja mtaa, atafute tu hiyo contractor, afanye na maneno yake, na utampeleka mahali. Because some of them are saying, essentially, you have heard them saying, mimi nishamalizana na wananchi. So, what does it mean by nimemalizana na wananchi? So, youths, able to focus on vitu important. Because someone atakupatia 500 or 200 during the time ana campaign, but after that, then what next? Naona? Yeah.
Youths, you've heard from Liz. And what Liz has said is something which is very important, and kindly take it seriously. Avoid this issue of handouts and please focus. Focus, make these politicians accountable for what you elected them to do, and avoid handouts. Now Liz, as we are now going to reflection of and emotional truth. Do you have hopes? Or you're tired?
I have hopes.
Really?
I have hopes. I have hopes. Okay.
And if you have hopes, what keeps you in fight? And what keeps you in fight? Yeah.
What keeps me in fight?
Yeah.
Is that as much as we are having a lot of pushback back and forth, that a section of Kenyans are now aware of our civic duties, our civic rights, and saizi in the civic space or kwa hii maneno ya mapambano hawajaachiwa to the CSOs to do it. When you ukiwa mtandao unaona tu vile watu wanaongea, even people who are not in the CSO space, and it makes you aware that actually these are the people who are becoming aware of what is happening. Si kama ile vita ya kitambo yenye few people wako huko wanapigana huko juu, si tuko huku tunasema wakisucceed ni sawa, wasipo succeed pia ni sawa. You see?
Yeah.
People are becoming aware. Even mama mboga, even watu wa boda, ukiwapata kwa bezi yao, unasikia wanapiga stories za governance, unaona? They are questioning things. Kwani na huyo akishakuja tupatie 200 na barabara hajatengeneza hapa. So people are becoming aware pole, and it is a good thing. Even if it will take us some time for us to reach everybody. Obviously kila mtu hawezi kuwa aware. Hata class unapata kuna top performers katikati na some others. But if you can pull a bigger population, vile tunaendelea hivi naona iko vizuri sana, that people can organize into different spaces yenye kitambo haikukua.
Yes.
Nowadays people come up na unaona mtu ameta X space, watu wanaongea. Mtu ameanza live chat TikTok on a certain issue yenye imefanyika, and you see people talking, people quoting the constitution, so that gives me a lot of hope. Okay.
Thank you very much. Liz has hopes. So you should also have hope. Liz, in one sentence, can you briefly describe a better Kisumu for you?
A better Kisumu for me? Let me start describing what Kisumu is, then I can describe a better Kisumu.
You are free. You are free.
So Kisumu is always like that bold. Kisumu is bold, Tunatuonanga huko mtandao vile tuna launch projects, hii inafanyika. Expressive, we are very expressive. Tunaweza kuja social media tuongeonge. So I can describe Kisumu as that expressive, bold and energetic friend. But Kisumu is lacking in two things. Accountability, number one. The Kisumu government is not accountable, plus its people. We are just speaking of issues, people going to public participation. We have just spoken of people having rights and responsibilities. You see, we are not accountable. Utauliza mtu mbona uko na public participation anaanza kupatia story mingi. Unaona? Utauliza gava mbona hii na hii haijafanyika hii project ni nini, utasikia mara sijui we are still planning. Wanakuanga tu wana plan. We are forming a committee to plan for the next planning meeting. You see? So Kisumu people are always planning and planning and planning, and there's nothing. Number two, if you have lacked in accountability, then Kisumu people, how can I lack one word for it, but everything is fancy on paper. We have a lot of things. Nusu, mingi on paper. We begin forming as a child bill, tunaachia hapo kidogo. Tunaanza youth policy, hizi ni zote ziko pending, tunaachia kidogo. So we have a lot of unfinished work. And that is Kisumu right now for me. So if Kisumu has to change, a better Kisumu, tutaanza na Kisumu people and the Kisumu government waanze kukua accountable. Whatever we see on the news, ama on papers or on social media, should really reflect on ground. Kuna kai serious joke watu wanaonanga, kuna hii narrative inaenanga ati Kisumu is a clean county. Msinigonge. Inaweza kuwa clean in the town center. But what about uku mashinani? Sinunja sisi tunajua vile Kisumu iko. Town center unaweza pata ni very clean. Na huku mashinani kuko aje. So some of these things they don't marry. Unaona Kisumu huku on paper, then Kisumu on ground, vitu aziko very different. So number one, we need a lot of accountability kwa hii government and the people also. Ndio Kisumu ikuwa a very very good county. Number two, watu tu wa implement hizo vitu ziko kwa paper. Kisumu county wako na kelele mingi, expressive. Ukienda media social spaces zao utaona vile they're launching projects zenye hazifanyikangi surely. So I better Kisumu is a Kisumu where leaders and the people can be accountable for their actions, and also a Kisumu where we can see projects actually being done, not being done on paper.
Well, Lisa said it all, and what I'll tell Liz and the youths, please participate in government programs and even in public participations so that your voices and your priorities are captured. Liz, now suppose you want to send a WhatsApp voice message to all leaders within Kisumu County. What will it be?
WhatsApp voice message.
Yes,
Nataka kuambia waache mchezo kabisa. Unaona ule vile mzote anakuanga very stern.
Yes.
I'll just tell Kisumu County, wacheni mchezo kabisa na niachie hapo. Hata sasa kuongea mingi.
Wacheni mchezo kabisa inasemwa na Liz. So, mjue ni hivyo. Okay, fine. And now, Liz, we are coming to the end of the show. And I just want you to give one short message to the youth listening to us.
One short message?
Yes.
You know, we always think that there's somebody that is coming to fix our country for us, yes, or to fix our futures for us. Actually, nobody is coming to fix anything for us right now. We have to stand up. Nobody's opening a door for you. If we are open complaining that the leaders are not opening doors, we can create our own pathways. We have to show up in these governance spaces. We have to be accountable kama youth. Si tu kulialia huku nyuma, this is not being done. Wewe mwenye unalia, wewe umefanya nini? You see? So they have to balance mahali. If you are claiming that you have rights as youths, then what are your responsibility pia? Ndio tusikaekae huku mtaa and people are like nothing is happening na we mwenyewe ufai anything. You see, you know, power respects the people who show up, and the people who don't show up, power doesn't respect. People will be like, the government will be like, we can do anything we want. People in power can be like, tutafanya ile kitu tunataka. But if you're able to show up, if you're able to organize in our spaces, kama tunaweza align vizuri, vile I saw people in the 2024, people were organizing, and that is showing up in the X spaces, TikTok, in our WhatsApp, and unaona power ili respect that kind of showing up, that kind of organizing. We were like, you know, we are in control, and actually unaona kama mahali kumetingizwa. So we cannot wait we have to show up. So ile kulegea tumelegea, I think it should come back. The energy we had in 2024 during the finance bill, I don't know what we were given at that time, but it should come back so that ile moto tulikuwa nayo iendelee even in governance issues, in public, because nothing will be influenced when you are outside the system. What unania hiyo system, when to public participation, just do your role, tutakuwa tu sawa.
Thank you, Liz, and to our viewers, Liz had said it all, and what I'd like to tell you is that despite the fact that you are addressing your issues, please, you should address them in a way that, in a nice way, but avoid insults. Second, what I can say is that when you are also addressing challenges, don't be so much on the other side of complaining without giving an alternative solution. So giving alternative solutions are the best, instead of complaining and complaining and complaining. Thank you, Liz, for attending our show, and Governance and Giggles comes to an end, and let's meet in the next show. We'll bring good things for you and things that will actually change your perception. Have a good day.